attack from. But what this guy's doing is he's coming same side collar and same side sleeve. Yeah, this isn't better or worse, it's just different. It's quite a good attack because it allows a lot of techniques. If he gets his head too low, you can kind of set up loop chokes, or in particular it allows you to set up triangles and omoplatas. So we're just going to look at an omoplata entry from here, and then we're going to look at another technique when the guy stands and he's trying to evade the guard. So for this position, I like to have my left hand on the collar. Generally, the deeper the grip, the better. And my right hand is on the sleeve, just with my fingers inside like this, yeah? So I'm not like this, I'm like this. And my left foot, I like to use it to frame off the guy's arm. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the omoplata. So I'm going to shoot my right leg all the way through, and I kind of use my left, just like we were kind of doing in the warm-up like this. I'm using my left foot to kind of hip out onto the right side of my hip. So look, I'm shooting my right leg through. You can put a bit of tension, and then you just have to pull back, shoot the right leg through, and I'm coming onto the right-hand side of my hip. Now here, look, I'm pushing his hand down towards my waist, and I lock up the omoplata from here. Yeah? So this is a very good position to be in, especially if you're in a competition, because it's very easy to get the sweep from here. To get the submission is also very possible, but it can take, if the guy's got good defense, it can be pretty hard to do. So, but we're going to try and look at the sweep and the submission now. So from here, when I lock down this position, the first thing that's in my head is I want to control the guy's hip. Yeah. If I ignore his hip now, it's very easy for him to step over the top. Please step over the top of me. Yeah, all the way over, and he steps all the way around into side control. Or even when he gets here, it's like a losing position for me. It's going to be very hard for me to sweep him. So from the beginning, I've got my left foot on his shoulder, my right foot on his bicep, my left hand on his collar, and I'm going to pull it out, pop my right leg through, hip across, and look, I'm kind of using his shoulder to pivot my leg round, and then I lock up the triangle here to get the omoplata. So first thing we want to do is try and start to secure his hip. To sit up, I'm going to kind of rock backwards, and I'm going to extend both legs forwards like this. Now I have his hip. If at any point in this process when you're sparring, it's a really good idea to try and pull out the guy's lapel and secure it like this. Yeah, this is always, if you ever have an omoplata and you can get the far side lapel, it locks down the position really well. It's always, and it kind of drains the blood from your shoulder as well, so it makes it really uncomfortable. Now what I'm going to do, the first option, if possible, I'm going to try and flatten him out. So I'm just going to keep his shoulder nice and tight, shuffle to the side, and try and pull him down onto the side here. Now from here, look, I can just thread my arm through, come over the top, and get the tap for that omoplata. Yeah? So look, this one more time. Sleeve, cuff grip, just fingers in. Left foot on the bicep, right foot on the bicep as well. Now look, I'm kicking through, and I'm coming onto the side of my hip, stuffing his hand down into this little pocket of space here, kicking off and locking up the omoplata. Remember, if you always have an omoplata as well, if the guy's not defending with his right hand, you can always switch back to the triangle, yeah? So just keep that in mind. But often, if the guy's a bit more experienced, he'll be aware of this. So now, keeping control of the posture with my left hand on the collar, look, I rock and I straighten my legs. That makes it very heavy. Yeah, you can start as well. So look, again, whenever you'll be able to feel this, it's not so easy for you guys to see, but if at any point I straighten my legs, it puts a lot of pressure on his shoulder. Now from here I can shuffle to the side, pull him down, come over the top and get the tap. Yeah? So one more time. So left foot on bicep, right hand on sleeve, left hand on the collar. Look, I kick my right leg through, and I kind of use my left foot on his shoulder to kick out like this. Lock the triangle. Now, as soon as I can, start coming round to the hip. If possible, getting this lapel is always better. Now look, I kind of rock back and I straighten my legs. Notice as well, I've just noticed I like to control this tricep here as well. So I'm coming forward, and I'm sitting up. Now look, I shuffle to the left, flatten him out, thread my hand through, and get the tap. Any questions, guys? No?
What's the hand in the right side? Why do you put it through?
I like to put it through because sometimes if the guy has good defense, sometimes I like to, you always want to try and thread thread this hand through, the guy has good defense. His goal is to roll. So you want to try and catch this connection as early as possible. So just watch your shoulder when you do this, try and roll to defend. Look, I roll with, here we go. I roll with him, and then I have it here already. So when he rolls through, now that you're here, he's in a much worse position. Yeah, like a twisted. Now from here, I've got his arm trapped already, so you can finish the shoulder block by hipping out and back. You just keep hipping, keep chasing, this is good, yeah, and you get the tap, or keep it here, from here, or you can put your hand behind his head, you get the finishing, yeah? So, if you're familiar with this position already, try the roll as well, just because it's a nice, to be honest, I feel like I get the roll a lot more because they defend, so I come through, triangle my legs. If possible, get this lapel. If you can't get it, come to the hip. But lapel is always way better. As soon as you get this, the control is like, it's way different. Get the tricep, swing back, straighten my legs. Come on. Now, if possible, thread here. You can't knock him over because sometimes they're really strong here. Now, he will have to roll to defend because if I come up, the pressure's coming on his shoulder. He has to roll with me. Now, catch the arm here. And now he's in a very bad position. I can keep hipping to get the finish. He's really stubborn. Look, I come to the neck. Keep it here. You get the choke thing. Got it, yeah? 3, 2, 1.
Oh, I can't get the lapel. This ending, I like it too, because it's so awful for the other person to get out of, like when you're finished. I need to see if I
Yeah.
stress into that. Yeah, how there's look, I can barely move. Anything you want to look at. Okay, now yes, okay, tuck your chin a lot. We're gonna go.
Good.
Okay, now
Now you're here. Now if you put your unlock the triangle and put your left foot on the floor, stop him escaping out. Do low split with escapes and eventually
okay.
it's like
Nice.
triangles. I don't do it from here very often. My legs lock out, my knees are out.
Creo que tienes que volver a estirar. O sea, para hacer la segunda prosquilla de la primera. I wonder what was going on. En qué momento se cambia la mano.
So if I do that second one, go on your knees. So you roll. Strong and tight. Careful that knee. Get rid of that knee. It's, yeah, I kind of, let me think. This knee is actually a problem. When they do it, when they have this.
Quédate ahí. Agarra fuerte.
I think this is what I do.
Yes,
so I have, once I sit
No, ya no puedo.
here,
It happens.
yeah, because the knee is annoying.
Pegando con el codo y se sienta.
But it's pretty, it's smooth. But it's annoying.
You still can defend.
Yeah.
You do.
I want to get the hip straight away and this will stop it. Yeah. Because once you've got the hip, it's like much easier. Yeah.
que lo hago es...
If you have your chest is high, you shouldn't be able and now I'm personally I would try and sit there. He's gonna roll. So when he rolls, roll with him. Now he's done. There's a lot of tiny steps. It's a technical move, but
Por eso tiene que ser esto.
I have a thing when you do like the roll.
to get the cross collar. Yeah.
And then I go click to front.
Yeah. Try and use the sole of your foot on that bicep so you can see. Yeah, it'll help you rotate. Like an arm. Yeah, now try with your legs. Try with your legs. Now you can try and keep this probably here. This is always good. Now you can lift it. So now for the roll.
Yeah.
So from here, the roll only happens because you're trying to finish her. But she defends by alleviating the pressure. So we So to finish her now, over the top, just like you would have shoot. Here she'll have this hand. Now you know she's going to roll. So as you kick off, thread your right hand through.
So do I use like the knees like this?
Yes, so thread your right hand through, and as she rolls, you're going to roll keeping the right hand threaded through. There you go. Now from here, you can get the finish service. So now, if you just put your left foot on the floor and start escaping out, I will do those little hip escapes, and to show, you will now throw the left hand over the top. So keep your right hand, the right hand always wants to be through here. Throw the left hand, put it on the collar, or if there's no key, you can choke the wrist. If there's key, you get the collar, and then you can get the key. Nice. And it's called, the position is called a matrix. So essentially it's a way of getting towards the guy's back. So say in this situation, my opponent is standing and it's quite difficult for me to get the omoplata. You still can get the omoplata from here, no problem. You just have to kind of use your hips to get them in the air, and then from here you could knock it up. It's still a very strong option if the guy's standing. But sometimes, I don't know, it's a bit tricky. He's keeping his elbow in, he's being really annoying, I can't quite get to the position. So we're just going to look at a position here called the matrix, which is getting very popular in competition. So it chains really well together with the omoplata on the same side that we're trying to omoplata. So look, all I'm going to do is I'm going to switch my right hand underneath his knee, and I'm going to use that to kind of pivot my hips towards him. And I'm going to pop my right knee through underneath his knee. From here, we're pretty much in like an X-guard position here. We can transfer to X-guard really easily here if you prefer this. So, from the beginning, look, I've got my collar sleeve position. Look, it's quite hard to get the omoplata. Look, my right hand swims under, and I pop my right knee through. From here, I'm going to throw my left leg all the way over the top, behind his knee, and I'm going to kind of chop down with my left leg. So from here, I'm chopping down, and I'm going to force him to base his hands on the floor. Now from here, it's very easy to put the back from you. So look, my right hand, I'm gripping the pan. My left hand comes and grabs his pants here. And all I'm going to do is I'm kind of extending away, and I'm threading my right leg through to come to this crab right position here. I can pull him back and take the back from here. Yeah? So I'll go, I know it's a little complicated, I'll do it a few times too. Again, remember as well guys, the triangle is always a really strong option for me if you can't quite rotate the guy's arm. So look, I'm switching towards, like, coming kind of perpendicular with him, moving my hips. My right arm comes and underhooks his leg. my knee is now hopping through, yeah? If you ever, like, if you train a bit of no-gi or anything, and you see lots of leg lock guys, this is the kind of entry they're using to come into 50-50, all sorts of leg attacks, yeah? So look, I'm pivoting to the right, and my knee is coming from the inside, or sorry, from the outside to the inside, yeah? Now I'm underneath him, so I can set up lots of attacks from here. X-guard, 50-50, or this position now, which is getting very popular. So look, my knee is under him, and my left leg is throwing all the way around. It's coming behind his knee, it's chopping down here. From here, try and ideally knock and get his hands to base to the floor. Now look here, look, I'm switching, so my right hand's staying on his pants. My left hand is coming on like the hip grip here, because if he tries to run away, try and run forward, bro. Look, here it's very easy for me to stay attached to him. And look, I'm extending away, and I'm threading my right leg around, and I'm coming to the crab right here. If he stays on his knees, look, he'll probably just come here. Take it to him, flop over for me and take it. So, we'll go again. We'll do a couple more times. He's defending really well, can't get it. Look, I swim my right hand under, my right knee, look, I'm kicking to the side, my knee pops through. My left leg now, I'm underneath him now, I'm in a really good position. My left leg's gonna pendulum all the way around, chop down, knock his hands to the floor, extend away, right leg hobbles all the way through, and I have the crab ride, I can pull him towards me, straighten my legs, and then come back. Yeah? Go again, collar, look, can't give the omoplata for whatever reason, right hand swims under. So if you're on the other side, obviously, you come over the left hand. Look, so, right hand swims under, I'm on the side, I'm pointing this way, he's pointing this way, I'm completely perpendicular to him. My knee comes under, and now my knee, I'm underneath him. If you wanted to go to X-guard here, like I said, look, you have X-guard. But this position is kind of like X-guard, it's the same thing. And my leg is throwing around, and chopping behind his leg here. Knocking down, so look, I've got the pant, and the hip grip, the hip pad grip. Extend away, thread my leg through, and I have the crab right now. If he stays in his knees, he can come up, if he's being funny, look. Back. One more time. Collar. Sleeve. You can't get that on the quarter. Again, it could change really well. Say he's posturing up really strong. Right hand comes under. Knee comes through, so the knee's on the inside of him now. Left leg pendulums all the way around, and I'm chopping down. So look. And on the hip.
You have cup slicer in here?
Yes, you can. So yeah, so you would be you triangle in and just extend. So now look, extend away, right leg threads through, I'll come to the crab right position. Come to the side here, that's fine. Well guys, I'll come round and help you out, yeah? Now you're just going to thread your knee underneath. Thread it all the way through. And now switch to crab ride. Exactly. Good. Good. Beautiful.
Está bien, hasta ahora sí. Ahora vas a llevar tu pie derecho a su cadera. No pudiste meter el triángulo o plata, vas a soltar el grip derecho y usar su pierna. Eso, ahí ya estás adentro. Mete la rodilla, ya está. Eso no. Esta pierna. Empújalo. Ok. Toma el pantalón. Sí, ok. Ok, ahora. Vas a empujar y vas a pasar toda esta pierna por este lado. Empújalo. Pasa esta pierna. Pasa tu pierna por favor. Gira tu pierna. vas a pasar esta pierna hacia y queda igual que esta de este lado. Ya viene hacia él. Búscalo. Si buscas, jálalo hacia ti, jálalo hacia ti. Sí. Con gancho. Puedes tanto ir o como jalarlo. Vas a tener acá. ¿Ya? Vas a estar ya. Vas a llegar acá. Entonces aquí vas a poder. Vas a jalar y lo vas hacia un lado, ¿no? Porque se está pegando.
Que tienes que sacar antes de que yo tengo esta aquí, ¿no? Tienes que sacar esta pasada. Mira, ahorita se vaya a el pantalón. Sí, van con esos. Eso es lo que tienes que hacer. Y después
It's good now. The right knee just needs to come under here. So your right knee is coming under here. Yeah, exactly. And then you have the crab ride, put it towards you, extend away. You get it.
A ver, hazlo. De ahí, de ahí.
Vale, porque va a salir en televisión.
Hasta más nervioso me pongo.
Nunca quitas el pie de la cadera.
Esta primero esta. Entras esta, ahora sí entra esta.
Pues.
Ahí está. Empuja.
Sí, es difícil que tengo que hacer pies para que pase el pie.
Y empuja.
Can you do the technique again? I want to see it.
Did you watch the explanation or this is the first time watching it?
First time I was there.
First time. So look, I'm gonna say for some reason I can't get the fly, he's bending it with his elbow really well. I'm coming to the side, and my right hand. Now I can get to the side and my left leg is going to lunge around, and it's going to stop it back easily. And I'm going to knock it down to C4. Here, extend it away. Through the back. Now from here, if he stays on his knees, look, you can just come up.
¿Qué tiene? ¿Qué tiene?
Thank you.
gonna go like this. Exactly. Now switch. Bring this leg all the way around. Good, and you come to the crab right now. So both hooks in behind her. Now you pull her on top. Be careful about ankles as you pull. And kick out and take the back. Exactly. Good.
And then go like you've come up for something. So that's where it's like really try to go for my arm, pulling it in. You want to triangulate. Pull that one up to your shoulder.
So now I'm extending away and I'm kind of lifting him in the air and my right hand is coming, my right leg is coming through here. And then from here you just pull them back onto you. Here, my attacks aren't working, he's really strong. Switch, and I put my leg through. Now I'm entering, my left leg is going to chop down here and knock his hands to the floor. Yeah. Now look, I'm coming to the grip, my left hand is coming on the panel, and now I'm extending away, and I'm pulling. So because here, this is already one crab rifle, and I want to have the same thing with this leg, but I can't, his leg's in the way. So I extend, pull it out, and now we have it. Pull back, and the back, yeah. So I'm tripping him off. What makes his hands go on the floor is that this leg I'm tripping him up here, and then this leg is tripping him up here. So look, I'm kind of hooking here and here. So now it's like a double ankle kick. So I knock, and his hands go down. And then from here, that's what sets up. Sorry, that's what sets up the position here. Make sense?
Thinking about it, it almost looks like you should be able to just go too.
Yeah, you have to like re-pump. It's the one. The right leg is basically stuck because your foot's on my right.
But he gets a much better flow.
Here would be here, yeah, I could take 50-50. Yes, if you pull here, then right, good. Okay, so then I get 2 points. Yeah. So if you sit down, you can stop the back, but you don't stop the sweep.
So I'm just thinking for me in this case, I can't move that thing, so that right, I have to do this.
50-50 is like this is also an entry to 50-50.
Right.
So if I want to go 50-50,
Prime it up.
about 5 person you wouldn't, on that side, I don't know. But if you pull into it, if I come up, I just have to get 2 points for that. No, I can get the position there, straight to the calf, and try to get a bit of a head. Yeah, you can't. You can go as well, if it's an idea. I'm also good at the front push. I know it's a good option, for sure.
You do get the guys that won't tap to that.
Yeah.
Quite a few guys.
I think it's pretty good though, calf push.
It is. It is, for the right people.
Yeah.
You do get some that won't tap.
Los amigos de Inglaterra.
Ajá. Colapsa. Es que no pierdas el pie. Ajá. Chicos, tiempo, pueden tomar agua.